So we're here today on a beautiful, almost summer day. It's Washington, D.C. It's March 13th. It's going to get up to 80 degrees today. And today is the day that there are a group of people protesting the Koch brothers' attempt to gain control of the Cato Institute. They're here downstairs at 14th and F, outside of the offices of the Koch Foundation, or Koch Industries lobby or something, which is up on the 8th floor. The group's organized by somebody who works at the Center for American Progress, which is a socialist group run by the lobbyist Anthony and John Podesta, but they say they are protesting for the independence of Cato. I don't know who's here, how many libertarians, how many non. So I'm going to ask them if they want to be interviewed. I was going to ask if you wanted to be interviewed, but it looks like somebody beat me to it. Does anybody want to say why they're here? I'm Bruce Majors. I'm a libertarian, but I have no position on this issue, but I have blogs and I post things on them.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so...
You're the fellow organizers who Center for American Progress.
It's very impromptu. Really wanted to sort of see how many people could get out on a short notice, but, you know, we're happy with...
At least you've got the weather on your side.
No, we had the weather, and that's all thanks to us, by the way. All Washington can thank us. But, no...
Or apparently Koch Industries doesn't have a weather control machine.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's our next expose, but...
that's a different group on the internet from either Center for American Progress or Libertarians. But
actually, I work with a group called United Republic. I previously worked for Center for American Progress. And
sorry.
No problem. And basically, we're totally about the corrupting influence of money in politics. And I don't know, maybe you as a libertarian think that, you know, there should be unlimited spending in politics, or that it should be allowed or whatever, but putting all that aside...
I have a unique position.
Oh, well, that's great. I'd love to hear it later. But putting all that aside, we just want to expose what big money does in politics. And, you know, we all respect Cato because it's an independent voice in Washington, D.C. I was telling someone earlier, a quarter earlier.
Did any Cato people come?
Cato...
Jason Kuznicki or anybody?
Well, here's the problem with what happened with Cato is that a lot of them don't want to publicly come to things like this, and they told us this because they were afraid of losing their jobs. If Koch wins, they can lose their jobs, right? But we did get a lot of
although they all say they're going to quit anyway.
No, some of them do, that's true. A lot of the adjunct scholars, especially, who aren't in Washington, but a lot of them express private support to me, which is heartening because we support them in sort of the struggle against Koch. And okay, so here's the big problem. I was telling our reporter this earlier. A lot of Washington, D.C.'s think tanks have turned to do tanks. What that means is they no longer provide sort of independent ideas and analysis. What they do is they just do whatever their funders say, or they do whatever political parties say. To me, Cato has never been that sort of organization. It's always provided some sort of independent thought, independent ideas, independent analysis, and really great just sort of reporting from their blogs and sort of ideas from their policy shops. I fear that if Koch wins, Cato will become just another sort of blindly pro-Republicans. Whatever the Republicans do, they support. Whatever the Democrats do, they're against. You know, whatever Koch asks for, they do. You know, Koch says jump, they say how high. I think Cato doesn't want that. We don't want that because we're against the Koch brothers using their money to turn this organization into such a blindly partisan sort of outfit, which I think is what they're trying to do.
Anybody else?
You summed it up pretty well. Do you have any cards or anything like that where we can find this online later?
I don't, but I'll actually email it to you because I know how to contact you on Facebook. I have like several different blogs that are all kind of libertarian flavored. I'm not sure. I might actually put them on them all. I have one actually that is a it's kind of an homage to the Breitbart blogs, but it's called Big Homo. It's for politically incorrect libertarian gay people. And
that's awesome.
It started actually last year as an April Fool's joke. Everybody was tweeting April Fool's jokes, and I had no April Fool's jokes. And at midnight, I thought, I'll say that Breitbart is hiring me and Camille Paglia to do a new blog called Big Homo, and I did that. And then some of the editors at Reason Magazine said, well, you should actually do that. So I just started.
So you said you had some unique views on money and politics.
Oh, yeah, but you won't like them.
That's fine.
I do believe that part of First Amendment free speech rights are that you should be able to spend as much time or eloquence or money or whatever you've got putting your views out. But if you hold elective office, then you have a job, and jobs can have contracts, and so I think incumbents should have to sign a contract limiting what they can accept. I don't believe in any limitations on independent expenditures or non-incumbents, but incumbents I think should be limited. So,
Yeah.
That's really
They
interesting.
spend like 70% of their time.
well, I think they should even be limited, that they should actually have to sign something saying that they will discourage people from spending billions of dollars on their behalf. But that's not really the standard at all liberal position, and it's kind of anti-incumbent, but then I am kind of anti-incumbent. It's kind of campaign term limits. So, but I mean, I don't think it's a violation of free speech to say, okay, you want this job so badly. One, by the way, where you get to do insider trading with the information you have while you're in Congress and make all kinds of money so that you have an advantage over non-incumbents. So sign this thing saying
and then you leave to get a very nice job on K Street.
all those things. All those things that libertarians on the left agree on.
Yeah.
And also people who think they're left, libertarians who think they're both. But anyway, so I don't have any problem with making people say, if you want this job, then you have to accept all these limitations, including like how long you can go back to a job on K Street and how much money you can spend on your campaign and all that stuff. Anyway, but I'll email you the link as soon as it takes me like a day or two.
Blog at all? United Republic's blog?
No,
in
fact I don't know about it. I read Progress sometimes.
Okay, well I previously worked there, but I work for United Republic, and we have a blog called Republic Report. And Republic Report's entire purpose is to investigate money in politics and pay for play.
Okay, look.
And I think there's a lot of things on there you might like.
No, I'm
you
sure.
might like to link to and vice versa.
RepublicReport.org.
Is that where you're all from?
Yeah, we're all from United Republic.
Did anybody come down from upstairs and say anything?
No. I mean...
Did you try to go upstairs?
No.
No, we're not going to try to go
doubt
upstairs.
they're all up there right now.
But I honestly, I am pretty sure they know about this.
I didn't even know they were here. I didn't know this was one of their...
Yeah, no.
Google
They're
it.
lobbying.
Yeah.
They're lobbying.
You can Google it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they do know what we're doing because,
probably.
Cato and Koch both know what we're doing. Like I said, Cato is private. A lot of people at Cato are privately supportive.
Yeah.
And then Koch obviously is not that supportive. But
Yeah. I wonder if there's any space between the Koch brothers, their positions on things, David and Charles. I don't know.
You know...
Do you know Jerry Clark?
No, I don't actually.
He's a local gay rights activist type of person I've known for years. I think he works with... Hello, Jerry Clark.
He didn't, but a bunch of people.
Anyway, well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was great meeting you. Yeah, definitely email me and read our blog. I think there's a lot of things to like on there.
Okay.
We don't have any partisan leanings. It's not like Think Progress. It's
No?
totally Democrats and Republicans equally get under the knife with us. And as a libertarian,
Maybe some libertarians will be elected, and you can actually then put a watchfly on them.
We have a watchfly on libertarian. No, I think it was 2006 Senate race. I voted Libertarian. I think I just hated the Democrats so much. I was like, I'm going to vote Libertarian.
My mother voted Libertarian 1 year and 1 year only that I know about, and it's because she really desperately did not like Jimmy Carter, and I had just gotten old enough to vote at the time, and I actually worked on Ed Clark's campaign, which David Koch was the vice presidential candidate for.
Oh, wow.
And he thereby could help fund that campaign. Anyway, and my mother also really didn't want to vote for Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
So she would never have thought of voting for an independent, but the fact that I was working on a third-party campaign, she voted for the Libertarian that 1 year.
Wow.
And she was really happy about it because in the little teeny town where she lives, they published a little kind of matrix in the local paper that, the Communist Party, everybody. And in her precinct, there was one and only one Libertarian vote. She actually clipped it out and circled it in red. And she was incredibly happy because it was the one and only one time she could actually see her vote.
Yeah.
Like, every other time she's voted, there she lives in, everybody used to vote Democrat, which is what she voted. Yeah. So she couldn't really see her actual influence.
Right.
Now everybody there votes Republican.
Yeah.
So she still probably couldn't see her influence, whatever she votes for now, but that 1 year she could circle her one vote. So
that's pretty amazing.
All right, are you going to do any more activities on this?
I think we're going to do a lot more sort of research and writing about it.
Yeah.
We just wanted to throw this together as quickly as we can. It's probably like 5 days of organizing. Just, get people to come out during their lunch break. But I think what we are going to do is we're going to do a lot more research into it and writing about it. Because we did a rundown of all of Koch's lobbyists that they're trying to use to sort of take over Cato. The people they're trying to appoint to the board. There's a lot of pro-war people, pro-torture people.
That's the main complaint the Libertarians have, is that Andrew Napolitano is the only Libertarian among them so far.
Right. I mean, how can you appoint all these people to this leading sort of libertarian-esque organization and they're not even libertarians, right?
And I don't think anybody's actually gotten the Koch to say what it is, to actually say publicly what it is they think they're doing.
No, they've been very behind the scenes on this.
My only theory is that they're unhappy with the mainstream kind of Beltway Libertarians because they think they weren't supportive enough of the Tea Party. And so they've just sort of decided they're just not that good at what they're doing. But I don't really know why.
And the election's coming up, right? So the Kochs have a big interest in the election.
Yeah, but would converting Cato to something do anything for them? I mean, they could give they could give money to every single Republican candidate without that. So it's really hard to figure out.